What's up, everybody? It is November the 7th in Flagstaff, Arizona. As you can see, it might be a little chilly at the moment, and I might be a little chilly at the moment. If you can see, this is my camp waking up here in Flagstaff. It just rained a lot here last night, and I was trying to catch out towards either Needles or Winslow. I don't really care either way on the TransCon, and I'm not getting anything at the moment stopping. And so I went to sleep like 4 o'clock yesterday morning. Well, this morning. And I woke up. Oh, here's just some frost and some no trains. So I'm going to try this morning to try to get towards either Winslow or Needles, California. Winslow, Arizona, Needles, California, here on the Southern TransCon with the BNSF. It's been a while since I did my last video, but you know, I got responsibilities and shit nowadays, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, hopefully to have a nice video for you going across the Southern TransCon through the freezing ball sack of northern Arizona. There's nothing quite like drinking mead by the tracks, watching trains on the TransCon. Well, let me tell ya. Oh, that's the way to wake up in the morning. What's up, people? I'm hanging out with my good friend Don Henley over here in beautiful Winslow, Arizona. And basically had to give up on Flagstaff just like every other time. Every time I go to Flagstaff, try to catch out of there, same thing. I never get a train to stop. One stop going towards Needles the other day, but it just it wasn't the right train. It was one of those international cans going to freaking the Bay Area with all that suicide well shit, and I wasn't about to do that. But anyway, I'm in Winslow now, standing on the corner in their famous corner. Fun fact about the Eagles song "Take It Easy" is that when they say standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, they were actually talking about Flagstaff, but Flagstaff doesn't rhyme with shit, so they went to Winslow. Fun fact. Anyway, we got a good chance of catching something, being that the trains in the BNSF office here is right there. I'm going to head to the other side of town and see what happens. So we're here in Winslow. I've passed up a few rides so far just because I didn't want to take them. I don't know why. I probably should have taken one of the manifests or one of the JB Hunt trains out of here, but this is apparently the place to be. I've never caught out of or caught west out of Winslow before. This will be my first time doing that. So I'm hoping for, this is an international can train. I'm hoping for one of these to be like a 40 and a 48 or a, well, there goes that, because that's the end of the train. There's nothing rideable on these international can trains. There wasn't even a suicide ride on those trains. But I don't know, trying to get a ride. Next train that comes, I'm going to be out of here. It's like late afternoon, so probably today I won't get a lot of footage going to Needles. It's going to be mostly at night, but when I come out of Needles back to here, I'll try to ride in the daytime. See if I can, I don't know, get some good footage of going over the Arizona Pass, through the Mojave Desert, all that good stuff. Because I've ridden this line multiple times, and I've never been able to get it in the daytime. So it'd be cool to be able to get this shit in the daytime. Anyway, look at this. We got ourselves, I was hanging out under a highway bridge, and it was so shitty, I hated it. And then I just got the balls to doctor the fence and come over here, and there's a gate with this nice creek, well, it's not a creek, it's like a canal thing going on with this like marsh area, and I'm hanging out over here, and it is much better. This is a really nice spot. I'm glad that I found it. I don't know, there's different spots everywhere. There's traditional spots and places you find your own. This is a place that I found on my own, which is cool. If you ever come here, just find your own place, I guess. You'll know where to go. It's pretty easy. It's not like riding trains is hard. It's just you have to have critical thinking and know about what the trains are going to do, so on and so forth. I'll end my rant. But, yeah, Winslow. Middle of goddamn Arizona desert. But I have a creek, which is nice. Okay, folks. Still here in Winslow. Same place I was at before. We got this international CAN train going on. The 40 train. But I discovered something new about this. If I can look down and make sure that there's not going to be anybody coming up here. This car right here, this is a brand spanking new out of the factory TTX 40 125T car. And I learned something interesting about it. So let's check it out. Usually these trains are not rideable because the cars aren't rideable. However, I discovered this. This is the exact same well as a 53 125T car, which normally, from what I've known, and yet again, I might be out of the game for too long, so this might be something I didn't know about, but these 40 trains are usually not rideable because the wells look like, well, I can't get up to it right now because there's a worker down there, but if you see this car down here, right there, that China shipping or whatever the hell that is, the string over there, those aren't rideable because the grates are either too close to the container, or that there just isn't anything, and it's a suicide on the other side of that. There's no floor to it. But this is going to change the game, man. If they keep producing these 40 TTX 125T cars, you're going to be able to ride these 40 trains, which are very, very common, and they're very, very long. And if they stick these at the end of the train, this is going to be a great ride. You can get off way before the yard office or the crew change or whatever. I've just never seen this. I'm fucking excited about it because that means that these trains are rideable now. I know that they used to, I mean, they've been rideable forever. I mean, you can ride these trains. They have Viking ships and suicide wells and a whole bunch of other stuff, but it's just really, I don't know. It's super exciting. I'm just way too stoked. Foaming way too fucking hard right now. But it's almost sundown. I haven't been taking this train, or I'd be on it already, but they've been doing really, really slow roll-bys out of Winslow right now, and it seems like security is increased out here. I don't know what's going on, but I don't want to get on this in daylight. It's almost sundown. If you can see through the trees over there, the sun is at its set, but if this thing sticks around long enough, I mean, I'm really far back from the yard. I mean, this thing is waiting at a signal before the yard. I've got to be, I mean, this has got to be at least 3/4 of a mile back, so if I can get on these cars, I'm going to totally do it, but I don't know, I just don't want to risk the security because they've been doing such slow roll-bys that I've watched the engineer and the conductor just eye the shit out of these wells. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it at night. I'm waiting for a junk train, but all the junk trains that have been coming through don't have gondolas or rideable grainers. I mean, it's the usual FNBS bullshit, but we'll see what happens. If this thing sticks around, I'm taking it. Okay, so we just got off here in Needles. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Had to bail off worker. Had to bail off one of my cars right in front of another train. So I had to kind of book it out of there. And I got stuck in a hole. I jumped down into this hole and was filled with trees and debris and stuff they tried to fill the thing or the tracks with. And I got stuck down there and I had to escape and climb out, and it was terrible. But I came up here and started drinking this drinking mead, black cherry drinking mead drinking horn mead from Flagstaff, Arizona. And it's pretty good. I just killed that. I'm going to try to go to town. A long way to walk to the other side of town. That's some sort of military helicopter. What's up, everybody? I had to get out of the heat here. Needles is having a heat wave. It's like 85 degrees out here. I was up in the hot-ass desert near the tracks, and I had to come down to the river because, I mean, look at this shade and water. It's so nice. I might take a dip here. I don't know, that river's pretty effing cold coming straight out of the dam upstream, but anyway, yeah, so last night was interesting. Spent all last night in Winslow, trying to catch out going west. I've never caught out of there before, and I found a really nice spot, and unfortunately I let the trains go by because I wanted to get something at night. And then when night came, no trains came at all, so I had to walk all the way down to the yard, multiple miles. And as I was going down there, I went onto the city streets for a minute and immediately got the attention of the Winslow Police Department, and I had two cruisers following me around. And when I took a turn that they couldn't go down, they were circling around, and I had to end up going to a ditch and jump in this ditch that's like shin deep of water and mud, and just walk like 100 yards or so as fast as I possibly could to get up to the tracks. And there was a train waiting right there, and right as the cops rounded the corner coming and spotlighting where they thought I was, I ran around the end of it and jumped on a moving JB Hunt container train. So it was some action movie shit. But yeah, that was my great escape from Winslow. But it's nice here in Needles. It's freaking ghetto. I was checked out one of the places down by the Amtrak station, the BNSF office, called Munchie's Cafe. Some of you may recognize that from a certain source, but I would highly recommend Munchie's Cafe in Needles. It's cheap and it's good Mexican food, man. Anyway, I'm gonna hang out down here by the river, and wait till it gets kind of evening time and head back up to the tracks. I'm probably going to catch something early in the morning so that I can get some of this footage during the daytime. We got rich people in a boat, rich people in nice ass houses with a fucking endless pool over there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but and then on this side, a whole bunch of bum camps. There's a bum camp right there. You can't see it, but it's right past the view right there. And that pretty much describes the income inequality in today's America. "4:30 in the morning, not a train in sight. Needles looking like a ghost town on a moonless winter night." There actually is a train in sight. It's right there. So it's 4:30, Needles, California. Went to bed early last night so I can get some much needed rest and wake up so that I can take one of these trains in the daytime. Finally get some footage of this TransCon going on here. So sun's probably coming up in another hour, I'm guessing. And we'll try to get some of this footage in the daytime. I'm so scared right now. There's something moving around in Needles in the forest. I don't know what it is. Well, turns out it was probably just a tweaker. There's plenty of those around here. So this is what I love about being here at like catching out like before like pre-dawn. I mean, there's not a lot like it. You're up before everybody else is, just hanging out in the middle of nowhere, out in the slums here, looking to catch a train. I mean, being able to wake up before the sun comes up and know you got all your gear, know that you're ready, know you're going to catch out and get past the crew change in the yard office before it gets light. I mean, it's just a great feeling. I love being out here. Unfortunately, this is going to be the last time that I'm going to be able to ride for quite some time, due to the fact that I'm starting a new job, but hopefully I can get a good video for y'all before my next adventure, which will probably be a while from now. Across the Colorado River, going towards Flagstaff. I got this priority FedEx train. I don't usually like riding these things, but it's pretty much my only option at the moment. Yeah, finally gonna see this country in daytime. It'll be fun. Gotta love that placard right behind you on a moving freight train. outside of Kingman right now. I'm probably going to get down and hide for Kingman, and we'll get back to it after that. Grade here to the Colorado Plateau, coming right before Peach Springs. Get to the top around Peach Springs. This is a really cool part of the TransCon. It just a whole bunch of curves going up this huge grade, gaining like at least 2,000 feet. So we're coming up here to the top of the TransCon, or not the top of the TransCon, but we're coming up here to the mesa, coming out of the Mojave Desert, Kingman, into Peach Springs right now. And I'm just, hanging out. Yeah, this is a cool part of the TransCon. As you can see, we're getting into like plateau country. So should be up in the grasslands here in a little bit. Getting into the trees right now. Coming up higher in elevation. doing like 75 right now. Some remnants of old railroad past. These silos that I don't think are needed anymore. Coming up on Williams here pretty soon. So that over there, that's Bill Williams Mountain, which is going to be Williams, which is where the Peavine corridor from Phoenix joins up with the main TransCon that we're on right now. Usually, the gas pipelines go below the railroad, not above it. Never seen that before. That's the transcontinental gas pipeline right there. So we're stopped out here outside of Winslow, Arizona. I'm guessing it's because we're stopping, the head engine stopped before they get to Winslow Junction, although it seems like a little bit too far back for that. But yeah, that's where I was talking about the Phoenix trains come onto the TransCon, and sometimes these other trains will stop if one's coming up from Phoenix or if one's trying to get on the P-line. Usually it's the Phoenix trains that stop and wait for these, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, it's like 3:15 in the afternoon. So, should be, I'm hoping this train stops in Flagstaff or outside of it so I can get off, so that's where I'm trying to go, but it goes all the way to Williams, whatever, and we'll see what happens. Pretty obvious this is why we stopped. Hang on, train, you have to wait your turn. You've been able to go first all day, and you have to give another train a chance to go too. And here we go. As you can see, we've come into some pine trees. Williams should be nice. To Flagstaff. There's the San Francisco peaks in the background, and a train, and a beautiful ponderosa pine forest. Army National Guard water tower for here for the Army National Guard base in Belmont, Arizona. Pretty cool. So we just crossed over the Arizona Divide, going down into Flagstaff, which I'm pretty sure is the high point on the High Line, the highest place that this line gets to, somewhere around 7,200 feet. It's downhill from now all the way into Flagstaff and then into Winslow. Coming down the grade into Flagstaff, that's the NAU Sky Dome over to the right. Department of Public Safety fucking yard right there. I forgot about that. Right there's that meadery I was talking about right there. Flagstaff. That's Mount Eldon. That's the Purina dog food plant here in Flagstaff. The whole damn town smells like dog food if the wind's blowing right. Right next to this big pine tree on the left is usually where I sit and foam. It's one of the best places to see trains on the TransCon, especially going slow. Does anyone else recognize this picture from the front of the Harry Ladd Railroad Traffic Atlas? I do. This is where it was taken, Winona, Arizona. I do have to say, this is a beautiful damn place. We have to be going like 80 miles an hour right now. This is ridiculous. Something I'd like to bring to everybody's attention. Around Winslow, they don't have a lot of tracks around the crew change, so these trains back up right here, and this is how me and a friend got popped. Well, not popped, we got sauce, we had to get caught. It's because these trains will stop, and they'll be on a weird track, like not the one they're supposed to, and another one will roll by really slow and look into your well. So be real careful coming into Winslow, either direction. This is one of those famous Arizona sunsets right here. We're pulling into Winslow, about to jump off here real quick. So we just jumped off here in Needles. I had barely enough time to get off the train because this thing's already airing up and leaving again. And I got hit. Well, I didn't get hit, but I got saw by this other train, this GM that's working the yard, and I'm really hoping they didn't report me, because now I have to sit on this bridge for a while and see what's up. But anyway, Winslow, great success, hopefully. Hey YouTube, everybody else, hopefully that you enjoyed my last video. This is going to be the last video that I have for a while. I got a job I'm going to start that's going to prevent me from traveling for quite some time. So hopefully you enjoyed all this content. I will be back soon, I promise. I don't know when. Maybe it'll be van dwelling, maybe it'll be train riding, I'm not sure. But anyway, this is Coy Wolf signing off. Peace.